Okay, this hydrangea is a hydrangea tree, and so this can get up to 20 feet in height.
Yeah, it'll get big if you want it to.
It's M132196. Now, we had this earlier in the season. It's sold out. We begged Carolyn to go back and beg and find more, and she was able to. And
we got just a handful. We went to the grower, said, do you have any more of these? Because we didn't want to ship out something smaller than what the other people got. So we literally have all that we have left of the 4-year-old trees. And we're not going to ship them out next year when they're 5 years old. They'll just be planted at the grower or somebody else. But you guys, this is such a great opportunity for you. The Limelight Hydrangea tree is from Proven Winners. That is a brand that brings you things that are guaranteed to grow and be successful in your garden. I love when I see that name on the pot. This is one of the best, most long-lived hydrangeas in your garden. You get large panicle football-shaped blooms that are 8 to 12 inches long.
Wow.
Each flower. And the tree itself can get up to 20 feet tall, 12 to 20, depending on how big you want it to get. And if you don't want it to get that big, you can give it a haircut every fall and just, have it be
trim back.
Yeah, trimmed like a hard trim.
Right.
I give mine a hard trim so that it's like this big around.
And that's helping to control the growth.
And then it's already gone bonkers this spring.
Really?
And it'll soon have, the blooms will be coming out in June. So when they come out, they're green, and then they get to their full football. Seriously, think of a football.
Yep.
That's how big these blooms are.
That's amazing.
And they turn white, and then later in the fall, they'll go, like late summer, August, they'll turn pink. So that you've got pink and white, and then that rose-colored pink, they turn burgundy at the very end. And then you can either cut them and dry them and use them as a dried flower arrangement, or just cut it all back.
That's pretty cool.
You honestly have, and there's so many blooms on this tree, you'll have, and really 2 or 3 will fill up a giant vase. So you'll have endless flower arrangements from this tree, and they smell incredibly sweet.
And how long does it bloom for again?
All summer.
All summer long.
Yeah, it's going to start blooming in late June and then go all the way through into fall. And you want to leave it blooming into fall because that's when you get the burgundy flowers.
And will we see any blooms on this 4-year-old tree?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, we will.
You'll probably, let me just show you what you're getting. You guys, this is what's shipping to you right here that we have on the set.
Which, by the way, it's shipping to you in a 3-gallon container, and it's doing it for free.
When we first started showing this, when it sold out, these branches were short. This is how much it's grown.
Oh, wow.
In like the last month inside the greenhouse. Now imagine if this was in your garden.
And I just want to let everybody know, too, I'm sorry to interrupt, but we started with 2,100 of these, 2,000 gone.
Yeah.
And now we have our final 100.
You guys, okay, so this is a 3-gallon pot. This is a 4-year-old tree. This tree has been growing for 4 years. For the last 3 years, it's gotten flowers on it. So it's just basically been dormant and now waiting to ship to you, which hydrangea trees do over the winter.
Final 8 dozen that now remain.
This is never going to happen again. We're never going to do that. I've double-checked with Eric Wallin on this. This is a rarity. That we were able to find trees that last year were 3 years old, and we still had at the grower. So we gave them 1 more year to grow for you. So they're going to get incredibly big. You'll have huge blooms all over it. Here's the other thing about the panicle hydrangeas. Panicle meaning the long, extended football-shaped flowers.
Yep.
They love the sunshine. Most hydrangeas have to be in shade part of the day.
Okay.
Because they can't take the heat. This can take the heat. These are in the front of my house. That tree, that size tree right there, I've got one on either side of my front porch.
Wow.
When you drive up
cool
my
thing to flank
driveway,
with.
the first thing you see are those trees. Here comes another picture of them when they turn pink. This is a picture of a house in the fall.
I love
Those
how
are the
they
pink
change
ones.
color.
So, but that's what my front door looks like. These 2 big trees on either side. And it's just stunning. It's curb appeal. It would typically...
Well, it's regal. It gives this really big estate type of look to it, but here's the thing. They're going quickly. We had to get Carolyn to go back to the team and see if they can get anything, and they did.
This is it.
It already sold out, but now we're in the absolute, utter final quantities. Only 2,100 were brought in this season.
And that's all, well, that's all we could get ever, because that were 4 years old.
And we have how many that remain at this point now? 6 dozen.
This is a 4-year-old tree in a 3-gallon pot. Now, let me tell you something kind of funny. So the boxes that we had to ship these in are almost not big enough because this tree is so big now.
Really?
So when you get it, it might be a little squished in the box at the top.
Okay.
That's okay. As soon as it's like, cut me out of this box.
Let it breathe, let it
And
live.
then after a day or two, boing, here come the branches. So don't worry if it looks a little curved, because it's only because it was waiting for you to open it when it got out of that UPS truck.
Right, exactly.
So, because we don't put it in the box till we ship it, and then it gets to you as quickly as possible. But most of these trees, when you see other brands sell these, or even Roberta's,
Final 5 dozen. I'm sorry to interrupt.
they're only 2 years old.
60 that are left.
They're
That's
little.
it.
They're half this size. Typically, is what we sell here.
Okay, I have another update here for you. Now another 10 just went literally from the time in which I gave you that.
This is an investment.
The last 50. Look, this is your final opportunity. You've got to check out on this, because this is on its way to selling out for the second time this season.
I know I'm not
and the
supposed
last
to
time.
start to talk about price because
Well,
I'm
go
the guest.
for it. You did it
but
for
let me
years.
just
Come
tell
on.
you something. You guys, from a host standpoint, I have to say this. Last year, it was a 3-year-old tree that was more expensive than the full price you're seeing on your screen of $129.
Ooh.
This is a 4-year-old tree for $109. It's a year older than it was last year, and last year it was way more expensive. And the reason the price has dropped is because we don't want this tree to sit there and turn 5.
Less than 4 dozen
We want
to go.
it to turn 5 in your garden next summer, not sitting in a pot at the grower.
Well, the only way
It
that
needs
that's
a home.
The only way that that's going to happen is if you are one of the next 4 dozen people, actually less than 4 dozen people, to be able to bring this at home, because that's all that we have. We started with 2,100 of these.
I bought
and
2.
We are down to our last
I have 8 of these in my garden
30
over the years.
30 that are now left. This has been named, we said earlier that this show is the Last Chance Plants show. This is now called the Last Chance Limelight Hydrangea.
Tree.
Like,
look at that tree.
that,
Look how
don't you want that in your front yard?
And it won't take long to get that big because it's already 4 years old.
And so-
I have 2 behind my rose hedge.
20 that now remain. I'm so sorry to keep interrupting you,
That's
Carolyn,
okay, and
but
I
there are
interrupt.
only
We're
20 that are
interrupting
left.
each other. So on Facebook, they're going to say, "Would you guys stop interrupting each other?"
And the answer is no. We're going to keep doing
Because we're just both so excited about this tree. No, I was going to say my neighbors, my next door neighbors, who are lovely
Last
people,
dozen.
they come over all the time and say, "Oh my gosh, thank you for planting those hydrangeas there, because half of the branches and blossoms are hanging into our side of the fence, and we just enjoy them so much."
So here's the deal. Where we are at this situation right now, you've got to check out of your cart. And I know that you're probably sick and tired of me, saying that, but we now are in a wait list situation.
Okay.
People now have added
Don't
this
miss
all
it.
to your cart. If you don't check out, people are waiting in line to get it. They're actually
This is
hoping
what'll
that
come
you
out
don't.
of the box. The branches won't. The branches will be trimmed, but they'll get this big like in a month, and then you're going to get flowers galore.
Well, you know what's so funny is
This is 4 years old.
I am so used to working with Valerie Part-Hill with her faux trees that are about this height that I was about to be like, and now how do I assemble this? And I'm like, oh no, wait,
Oh.
this is real.
One important thing, when you get it, I don't know if I tip it, if you can see it's in a bag in the pot. Take
Okay.
that bag, don't plant that bag. Take the bag off and then plant the root ball. That's just to hold, because it's such a big tree. We wanted to hold
Great advice.
everything in the container as it ships to you. But honestly,
Excellent.
this is an investment for many, many years in your garden.
Okay, if it's in your cart, you have got to check out in order to secure it. This is in wait list. It's going to be going to be gone. It's a matter of who's going to get it. So if you are waiting for this, please do bear with us. I hope that you are able to get it. If it's in your cart, this is your warning to be able to check out. Otherwise, you are going to lose it because people want to pick this up. You could go ahead and shop the show backwards by heading over to QVC.com, and you can check out our Girl Next Door show that we had these last 2